Well, normally I would be on the positive side of this because this happens to be one of my favorite franchises of all time, but not not all about this. Naughty Dog. I'm sorry, but I think that the ship has sailed on this one, and I think that it's probably about time you give it up. What am I talking about? I don't know. Subscribe and stay tuned. All right. Well, welcome back, you lovely, sexy people. I am your host, Chet Maddox. Of course, you know this because that's how you get your internet, by me showing up. And so today we're going to do a quick video because I saw the news of this and I'm not a fan. Now, for those of you that know me and have followed me for years, which there are a few of you, and I appreciate it. The rest of you, 92.75% of the people that are watching this that don't subscribe should probably hit the thumbs up, the subscribe, like, follow, all that crazy stuff. But that being said, The Last of Us. When this game came out, I was hook, line, and sinker. I was sold. And then I played it, and it blew my mind. It's probably one of the most intense video games I've ever played, and to date still holds up. And I'm talking specifically about Last of Us 1. Now, if you played it, you know what I'm talking about. The intro is fantastic. You are enthralled in Joel's world. You get to witness his daughter dying. I mean, the writing was phenomenal. The soundtrack was fantastic. The gameplay, sure, there were some bugs, but for the most part was awesome. It was also cool to know that the virus and the outbreak that's happening is something that actually happens in ant colonies. But I was like, this game is fantastic. It's good. It is what it is. At the end of it, you realize they're going to do Last of Us 2. Well, we're now into Last of Us 2. We have been for a while, obviously. And in that time, from Last of Us 1 to Last of Us 2 to PS5 releases to all that good stuff, they have remade this video game more than fucking Blockbuster would tell you to be kind and rewind your VHS tapes. And if you didn't, you got penalized. And those of you that went to Blockbuster, you know what I'm talking about. So now we find out that there's possibly a Last of Us 3. Come on. Neil Druckmann teases concept for The Last of Us Part 3. There's probably one more chapter to the story. No, there's not. There's not. There's not one more chapter to the story. You killed it. Last of Us 2 was way too goddamn long, and no one gave a shit, and you ruined it. And so there's not a number 3. This is an article on IGN, and it's like right here, the first game had such a clean concept of like the unconditional love of a parent feels for the child. He said the second one, once we landed on the idea of the pursuit of justice at any cost, justice for the ones you love, we felt like there's a clean concept here and there's a through line from the first game about love. If we never get to do it again, this is a fine ending point. Last bite of the apple, the story's done. So now The Last of Us Part 2 wasn't as good as people say it was. And that's just my opinion. So do I think that they need to do a part 3? Absolutely not. Keep it to yourself. Make a book, put it in a comic, do something, but don't do a video game because no one gives a shit. Because you ruined the story in Last of Us 2. We didn't care when you thought it was over. There was another fucking like 20 minutes of video game, and then you thought that was over. There's another 20 minutes of video game, and you're trying to figure out which storyline to follow, and it didn't make sense. And for some reason, we had to figure out that Ellie was gay, and then you had to go to one building over here, and then you had to run around and go to another building over here, and it was just too much. It's too much. You killed it. It's done. So don't make a part 3. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. What do you think? You should let me know below. Do you think Naughty Dog is going to do this? Like, are we going to see a Last of Us 3? I feel like we are. But like I said about Suicide Squad, there's potential for this to tank, for you to ruin a very, very good series. I mean, you kind of did with the second one, but I'll let it slide for a little bit. Anyways, let me know below. Do you want a part 3? Will you play a part 3? And then, better yet, let's take over-unders by 2. How many times do you think they're going to remake this one if they do come out with it, right? So, anyways, stay sexy, people. And until the next video, I'll catch you on the flip side.